Hey, hello, it's Tosh. And what's going on with my lighting here? It's Tosh. And it's that time of year, y'all. And really quick, I just want to say happy Boo Day to y'all. And it's also the very last day of breast cancer awareness. And this video has taken me over an hour to press the button. Literally over an hour. I mean, it's so crazy because I go live all the time and I found like reason after reason after reason not to push the button. I had to go fix my hair again. It was like stupid stuff, but you know that it's something you're supposed to do when there's so much resistance. So here I am. Hello. Many of you, may think you know me, but you really don't. And so I'm gonna share some stuff with you guys and with you. And if I ruffle your feathers, or if there's something that I hit a spot with you, I mean, hey, I love you, and hopefully you'll continue to love me no matter what. But I'm going to share with you all my updated story, and hello to everybody hopping on. This is not about business today. This is not about anything about business. So if you're hopping on to hear about business, this is not going to be about that at all. This is going to be about me and my story. And like I said at the very beginning, it took me over an hour to push the button. Literally over an hour, if not longer. I don't know. I kept having to go back and fix my hair. I kept finding all kinds of reasons to not come and do this. By the way, ladies, I put this off to the very last day of the month. That goes to show you the resistance that I've had. So I'm going to get a little controversial, and I'm going to be putting it out there on the table. Whew. And I'm going to share some of my I've got notes because this is how important this is to me. I'm going to share some of my thoughts and my beliefs and my experience with you all, because I really care about you. All right. I really, really care about you. And it may buck up against you. It may buck up against some of you and against some of your beliefs. But so let's agree to love one another, even if whatever I say is something you don't want to hear or something you don't agree with. Can we agree now that we're going to just still love each other and still edify one another? Can we do that? Hopefully that we can do that, because we can all learn from one another, right? Who agrees with me on that? We can really all learn from each other. Each of us has a journey of life to share with one another. So who's with me on this? If you are with me, then I will continue. And thank you to everyone who's hopping on. I know that most of us have tuned out this whole pink thing, and that's why I'm in pink today. And actually I don't have any necklace on because I wanted it to be clear that you can see right here. Can y'all see that? That's where my port went. Okay, so that's a scar right there. That's a gift of life right there. And so I'm not covering it up, and I'm wearing my pink even though it's fall, because it's that time of year. I mean, this pink thing, the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we all kind of just forget who, and there's going to be many of you who are going to shut off because you're like, oh, it's one of those again. Oh, I've heard this before. Oh, it's that again. We've heard it for years and we just kind of tune it out. But I want to share with you my story and some stories of some others, and why that, hopefully that I can perk up, not only, perk up our boobies, right? Not even perk up but perk up our ears. Let's perk up our ears and let's listen a little. So I have a question for y'all, and let's be real. All right. How many of you regularly do self breast examinations? How many of you regularly do that? I mean, honestly, be honest. How many of you do that? I do it. I do it every single day. How many of you do that? And how many of you go to the gynecologist yearly and get a breast examination by a gynecologist? How many of you do that? And how many of you get a mammogram yearly, or, whatever it is? I mean, I know that things have changed, and so it's not even recommended every year anymore, but how many after a certain age, or up to a certain age, how many of you are getting them annually and scheduling them if applicable? How many of you are doing that? By the way, I need to tell you guys, see, I did it again. My words are getting all blah, blah, blah. I have to tell you guys, I grew up with a family of immigrants, okay? So my family, they immigrated here after World War II. And they learned how to speak English by watching I Love Lucy. So with that said, I make up words a lot. So if you ever hear me, watch me in my live videos, every once in a while you're going to catch me saying a word that doesn't, like, it's not real to you, but it's real to me. So I just want to throw that in there. If you hear me make up a word, just know it comes from my I Love Lucy education. By the way, who loves I Love Lucy? All right, so let's move on. My breast cancer story. I'm going to share a little bit about that with you, and then I'm going to talk to you about something. So, okay, up to breast cancer, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015, in April of 2015. And up until that point, ladies, I had lived a life of, I was, as a young adult, I was a fitness instructor, I was a nutritional specialist, I even got certified as a wellness coach. I was all about the health. And I was still suffered, all my life with different types of diseases and stuff. I was diagnosed with lupus. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed with Raynaud's, Hashimoto's. I suffered with depression almost all of my life. I'm going to tell you something I haven't said out loud before. When I was in high school, I tried to commit suicide. I actually took a bunch of aspirin, and that was the worst thing I ever do. Don't ever do that, because it makes you sick. It makes you really sick. And it gives you really bad headache. It makes your ears ring, and it's awful. But I did that. I tried to commit suicide in high school. This is another thing I haven't said out loud. I had bulimia. I had bulimia probably through all of my high school years into my early adulthood, or around 30s, 40s. Literally, ladies, I suffered with an eating disorder. I had, like I said, a depression almost all of my life. Insomnia, IBS, chronic headaches. I had all kinds of stuff going on with me. And I was told by the doctors I was healthy. So I went with it, Oh yeah, that anxiety you have right there that you suffer with every day, like you're scared to the pit of your stomach to go do something. Oh, that's normal. That's normal. Oh, you want to sleep all day and shut the shades and just watch Lifetime movies and cry? Oh, that's normal. That's just called PMS. Oh, that's what that is. Yeah. Well, anyway, oh, you don't go to the bathroom for 2 weeks in a row? Oh, that's normal. It went on. This went on. So I suffered with a lot of things throughout my life. And then breast cancer showed up. 3 years ago, breast cancer showed up. I'm going to tell you, ladies, right now, it was a gift. I know that sounds odd and strange, but it was a gift to me in my life, because it really forced me for the first time to really, really dig and see what was going on. How could that happen to me? Oh my gosh, I was eating right. I was exercising all the time. I'm a wellness coach. I'm doing all the things, and the doctors say I'm healthy. So how could this happen to me? So, the researcher that I am went on a major research, and I discovered some things. I discovered that our bodies are triune. It's a body, mind, and our soul. And that if all of them are not aligned and healthy, you're going to get sick. By the way, I want to ask you ladies to please share this out. This is the last day of the month. I want women to really be aware of what I'm talking about, because right now, there are more than 3 million women walking around in the United States with breast cancer right now. And the majority of them don't even know it. Okay, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. So that's why I'm bringing you this story. So I found out that I had breast cancer, and I wanted to go holistic. I did not want to do I was in health and wellness. I was a wellness coach. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to go holistic. My family said, you're crazy. You're nuts. My daughter works in a nationwide laboratory. You're crazy. You're nuts. You can't do that. And I was starting to learn about energy and about our minds and all of that fun stuff that I love. And I knew that I could not, if I went completely holistic and didn't do the traditional side, I knew knew that the energy was negative and it was not going to work because we were going to be buttoned up against each other. So we made a decision that I would go holistic and traditional. So we married the two. We married the two. We decided I was going to do all the traditional treatments, chemo, radiation, and surgery, and then I was also going to do all the holistic stuff possible. I was going to work on my gut health. I was going to work on eating whole foods. I was going to work on grounding and earthing, spending time in nature. I was going to work on my mind, and I was going to work on listening to my inner self. So we intertwined all of them. It ended up being one of the best experiences of my entire life. Okay, this whole breast cancer thing ended up being, I went through 6, the most intense chemotherapy that you can have, 6 treatments over the span of almost 3 months. Lost all my hair. That was exciting and fun. I loved it. My gosh, ladies, guys, there's nothing like having all of the hair on your body gone. Oh my gosh. I mean, it was like amazing. I didn't have to shave. I didn't have to my skin was so soft. It was amazing. I didn't have to worry about my hair. I didn't have to go do what I did now. Spend a whole hour going back and forth. My hair. Stupid, which is a self-sabotage, by the way, ladies. When we allow our hair or makeup or how we look to get in our way of doing anything, that's called self-sabotage. Boom, who agrees with me? Can I get an amen? That is self-sabotage. Anyway, so bold, and I felt beautiful, and it really helped me to become in touch with who I really am, and who the woman inside that was who I really was, which was not this outside stuff. Okay, and it was the best experience of my life. I went through 36 radiation treatments. I had a partial mastectomy. By the way, my boobs are doing great, and life is good. So that is the story there. Now I want to tell you that this has been 3 years now. I'm not in the clear. Yes, I'm free, but they say 5 years. You got to go at least 5 years before you can really say you're free. But I am thriving. I'm not just surviving. So by the way, ladies, also one more time, please share this out with other women. Please, please, please help them to know this. This took a lot for me to get up and do this. I mean, anyway, so I thrived through that. But I want to tell you something. I have a relative, somebody dear to us, who she had breast cancer, and she decided she was not going to go the traditional way. She was going to go completely holistic, and we supported her. And several years later, she ended up with the breast cancer again, but it had metastasized through her whole body this time. And she decided once again she was not going to do any type of traditional treatments, and it ended up taking her life. That it was devastating to watch somebody that you love go through that. Devastating. And this was before I had my breast cancer. So when I made my decisions, I knew I had that in the back of my mind of watching somebody so dear to me suffer like she did. And then I had another dear friend who she actually went the traditional way with her breast cancer. And a couple years later, it ended up coming back. And then this time around, she says, you know what? I don't believe that what I did before worked because it's back. So I'm going to do some of these new methods, these new and upcoming things that are coming out, and I'm going to do the experimental stuff. And it ended up metastasizing and taking over her whole body, and she also has left us and has left us. She's gone. And then I have another friend who she got breast cancer, and she decided to go holistic with it. And she's doing great. Like right now, she hasn't her 5 years yet, but she's doing great. I mean, as far as she knows, with the medicine that she's using, the holistic medicine that she's using, she's doing great right now. Though I have another friend who has had a metastasized cancer as well and decided to do it holistically again, and she's fighting for her life. I mean, it's all over the place. So who's to say one is right and one is wrong? Who's to say that traditional medicine is the way to go and holistic medicine is the way to go? Who's to say that, there's all these scares out there. There are all these scares. One thing that scared me was that the truth about cancer, that's why I said the truth about me. on this one because, you know, they scare you. But really, who knows? The only person that really knows what's the best treatment for any one person is that person. You got to, and the only way to know that is if you become aligned with who you are and you understand what is best for you and your body at that time. So, with that said, even though, I mean, many of you I'm speaking to are not dealing with this. Thank the Lord Almighty, right? You're not. But there's things that you can be doing to be proactive so that if something does happen, you can catch it early enough to where you can, you know, have a good outcome. I was caught, I'm going to tell you guys, part of my story is that in February of 2015, I went to my gynecologist. I had she gave me a breast exam, felt me up, and there was nothing there. February, March, April, I go to a mammogram, and what do? They find something. They rush me in to get all felt up by the, you know, ultrasound. And then, you know, doctors and nurses come in and the needles come in and I get a biopsy. All, you know, I mean, this is all like within an hour, ladies. It was just wild and crazy. And 2 months before, I was at my gyno and she said, she gave me a thumbs up. I was clear. But that goes to show you how that mammogram was able to detect something so small and at such an early stage. It was originally they thought it was 2, but it ended up being stage 1, which is great that mammogram was able to detect that. And I was able to go through my treatments and be healthy and thriving now. I mean, if I wouldn't have gone to get that mammogram and trusted just what my gynecologist said, who knows what would have happened in a whole year, because in just 2 months, it grew from not even being able to feel something to be able to detect it on a mammogram. I mean, that's pretty crazy. These cancer cells grow extremely fast. So it's really super, super important to go and get checked. There's a lot of scare out there about mammograms, ladies, and this is where it might bug up with some people, because some people might say, no, 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 radiation, no, 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 no. Well, you know what? What's more important? Would you rather worry about what could happen or find out maybe whether there's something already happening? I mean, really, what's you know, I mean, what's more important here? Are we going to worry about what might happen, or do we want to take care of ourselves today? Because that's all we have, ladies, is right now. The power of now is where we live. We can't hope for the future and the past is gone. Right now is what matters. So are you taking care? This is the last day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Are you being aware? Are you doing the breast check? Are you going to get your mammogram? Are you going to see your gyno? Are you doing these things? I mean, truthfully, I want to know, are you doing these? Are you taking care of you? You know, I'm going to tell you that since all of these, there's been advancements in the breast cancer screenings, so much so that has contributed to 40% less that breast cancer has been dropping 40% in the past 25 years, which translates to more than 322,000 lives saved during that period because of early detection. Now, you tell me that's not important. That to me is important. That to me is way important. So, you know, I just want to really encourage you all to go get seen, go get checked, learn how to. Really quick, how do you self-check? Do you self-check? How do you self-check? Okay, how do you check? The best way I know how to do it is when you're in the shower, because, you know, everything is nice and wet. But I put essential oils on me, and I use a carrier oil, and so that's one way that I check, because I'm able to really rub my breast all around and be able to feel if there's any lumps. Now, of course, there's always going to be fibers. You're going to feel fibers, but you have to get to know your own breast. So you have to get to know, okay, that's just a fiber. That's not a lump. That's not, but the easier it is, that's why shower, maybe when you're slathered up is a good time, or like I said, with essential, and I know this is a touchy subject. Who wants to talk about rubbing your own breasts? I know. I mean, I know the guys listening are probably like, yeah, let me see that. But, you know, I mean, come on, you got to do the things, lady. You got to do the things. And so my earring fell out. So learning how to check your breasts and check underneath, you got to check underneath your armpits too, ladies. You got to check those lymph nodes. You've got to feel, because you can also, if you find something in the lymph node, it's already gone a little too far. So you need to be checking, okay? It's really, really, really crucial and important. So, all right, I want to show you where I'm at now. So I've been talking about the past, telling you my story, and now I'm going to let you all know where I'm at today with my breast cancer. And this is something I have not talked about. I have kept this secret. I have kept a secret, and I'm tired of keeping the secret, okay? I'm going to tell you why I kept the secret. I've kept the secret because I do believe in gut health, and I do believe in eating right, and that nature gifts us with tons of things to take care of our bodies. And I'm not a huge believer in taking medications that are unnecessary. I'm a huge believer in that. But but you know what? When there's something that you can take to help you, to protect you, even though it's traditional and it's maybe synthetic, or when it comes down to it, ladies, everything that is made comes from nature at its core, because everything is derived from the ground. So I'm not making excuses for taking what I'm taking. My particular type of cancer was estrogen positive. It means it was developed because of an overproduction of estrogen in my body. All right? And that is a type of cancer, breast cancer, very, very common in women. And they have created some drugs that stop your estrogen from producing, which basically is like an insurance policy. If I could stop that estrogen from producing in my body, I could stop those cancer cells from producing. Did I want to start taking these drugs? No, I did not. I fought against it. I did not want to take it. But my doctor said to me, well, what's the alternative? Would you rather have cancer, or would you rather take a drug? And I thought, well, I really don't want to have breast cancer. I really want to enjoy life as long as possible. So I took the drug. And, the one thing that happens when you take this drug, there's a side effect. And the side effect is that when your estrogen stops producing, ladies, your body starts to change. And you start to gain weight. And as much as I exercise, as much as I try to eat, plant-based, as much as I try to do all of the things that I want to do, I literally put on 20 pounds overnight. Now you all can't see it because I'm on the camera. I can hide it. But it all went to my belly. It all went, and that's what happens, ladies. As we get older, and a lot of you can that are maybe in your 60s, 70s can relate to this. When all that estrogen stops producing, all around your middle is where we all start to gain this weight. And that's what happened to me. And I am tired of hiding it and acting like it's not there, because it is. And in reality, my doctor said, I said, you know what? I miss my body. I miss, the body that I had. And she said, well, you know what? You make a choice, Tosh. Do you want cancer or do you want fat on your belly? And I said, I'll take the fat on my belly. I'll take the fat on my belly, because I want to live and I want to enjoy my family and I want to enjoy all of you. And I want to enjoy getting the message out that life is precious. Life is precious. And we need to do whatever we can to enjoy it, to enjoy every single moment. And I love all of you, and I'm sorry I'm not engaging. I see your precious comments. But if I start talking back, I will lose my focus. Who cares if we're chubby? Who cares? I mean, that's why I was a bulimic for almost 20 years. Almost 20 years, ladies. I was a bulimic because I feared being chubby. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? Why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we allow ourselves to think that what is on the outside is what defines us? Because it's not. It's what's inside. It's who we are. It's how we love. It's how we serve. It's how we give freely to others. That's who we are. That's what makes us beautiful. And that's what makes us that's what makes us who we are. So I'm coming clean. And it took me all month to do it because I knew I was gonna tell everybody finally, yes, I'm on this breast cancer drug. Yes, it made me fat. It made me chubby. Yes, I'm doing these things. Yes, but you know what? I love life. I love you all. I'm not a bulimic anymore. I stopped that a long time ago. All those things I used to have are gone. I don't have lupus anymore. I don't have any inflammation in my body anymore. It's like breast cancer healed me. Like it healed all of those things. It healed my mind. It healed my soul. It healed my body. It made me, and then I'm going to complain about some fat around my belly. Screw that. Screw that. All right. Screw that. All right. I'm not going there. You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I've got fat around my belly and I'm proud of it. All right. There. And I'm alive and I'm happy and I'm going to embrace each moment and I'm going to share as much with you all as I can to help inspire you to do the same. So, is it tamoxifen? I used to be on tamoxifen. Now I can talk to y'all. Used to be on tamoxifen, and now I'm off tamoxifen and I'm on, what is it called? Letrozole. Letrozole is what I'm on now. So, and you know what? I'm proud of it. And so I'm just going to say, you know, a lot of times we do go on medications unnecessarily. Doctors do that to us to try to mask things. But you know what? A lot of times they know their shit. They know what they're talking about. And, you know, sometimes we just got to trust them. All right? Sometimes we just got to trust them. So I hope that you all share this with other women who need that inspiration to know, take care of your body. Check your damn breasts, ladies. All right? Check them. Go get checked. Get that mammogram. Screw the people that say, don't get a mammogram because of that radiation shit. Excuse my expression. Now the truth is coming out. No, go take care of you. Go take care of you. Go get that mammogram. Learn how to do self-check every day. Go get checked and tell others to do the same. All right? All right. So I love you, ladies. I really appreciate all of you that are sharing this and that are hopping on and crying with me and sharing my story and walking this out with me. I love you all. I did it. I came on and I did it, and I'm proud of myself. All right. Love to you all, and I will be seeing you all soon. All right. Bye.